Thank you, Workday. Back on HQ, taking a look at the odds to win this weekend's WGC-Workday Championship at the concession. Anytime world number one Dustin Johnson tees it up, he's probably going to be your favorite, and there he is at plus 650. Meanwhile, a John Rahm ticket, that's going to pay you 10-1 on your money. Beyond that is a star-studded list of options angling for their portion of the $10.5 million purse. Let's welcome in CBS Sports senior golf writer Kyle Porter. KP, always a pleasure having you on. I think it does bear mentioning first that the golf world does carry a collective heavy heart into this weekend following the news of Tiger Woods' accident on Tuesday, but we do want to continue to provide the entertainment, as will the best in the world this week. So we're going to start right there with world number one Dustin Johnson. Once again, the odds-on favorite to win, sort of let go of the rope in the final hour of last week's Genesis Invitational, but still a top 10. How do you project DJ on a largely unknown track at the concession?
Well, I like him this week, and obviously he's the best player in the world, but he's also been the best ball striker in the world for the last 3 months. So he has not really faded from kind of that, that peak that he was on at the very end of 2020. And look, it's a guy that shot 80-80 at the Memorial last year and then went on to win, 2 or 3 times the rest of the year. So it's not like he's going to be derailed by one, kind of mediocre round at Riviera. And look, this is a track that, and we're going to talk about this with probably Tony Finau and some of these other guys that I like here in a minute. You got to be really good on par fives. The par fives at the concession where this WGC event is being played are among the most difficult holes on the golf course. And there might not be a better par 5 player in the world than Dustin Johnson. It's a big ballpark. It's a Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson type track. So I think, obviously world number one is going to be good anywhere, but I think he might be especially good at a place like the concession.
And if you like DJ to win, might want to think about taking him in the first round because you can get even better odds. He's the favorite to be the first round leader at plus 1,200. Kyle, do you like DJ through the first 18 holes, or is there someone else on the board that catches your eye, perhaps like Bryson DeChambeau, who knows this course well, won at concession in 2015 when he captured the NCAA individual title while playing for SMU?
Yeah, I do like both of those guys, both for the first round and the tournament overall. But there's one guy I like better than both of them in the first round. That's Tony Finau. He's coming off a 64 at Riviera at a golf course that was incredibly difficult to play over the weekend there. And, concession's going to be, I think, similarly difficult. I don't know. It's not going to be, the setup is not going to be the same as Riviera, but it's still going to be very difficult to play this golf course. And again, big ballpark. Finau is coming in off of, he's got 4 straight top 5s, 3 straight top 2 finishes. So I think you could make a case that Tony Finau has been the best player in the world over the last month and a half, even if he doesn't have a win to show for it. So I really like him to get off to a hot start in the first round at the concession.
It's always fun to burn a bridge or two, right? Find a fade for the week ahead. Anyone's game just not match up with the ask this weekend?
Yeah, the guy that I'm looking at, and I kind of, there's a matchup against this guy that I really like, and that's Webb Simpson. This track just does not, when I look at it, it doesn't say to me that Webb Simpson's going to have a great week. He's coming off a T42 at the Phoenix Open where, he was not his usual self. He's usually awesome at Phoenix, and he wasn't a few weeks ago, and I just don't love him. And the matchup that I like is Brooks Koepka against Webb Simpson. This is a Brooks Koepka track, and this is a place where I think he is going to have a lot of success, is really going to thrive, and I think Koepka's like plus 100 against Webb this weekend, which I really like on the Brooks side of things.
Yeah, that's nice. Might have to get that in.
Take a look at that one.
Yeah, I love a good matchup play. All right, from the golfer to fade to your best wager for a top 10 finish. Kyle, what's your approach on making a top 10 play, and who stands out to you this week?
Yeah, I really like Viktor Hovland this week. He is somebody who, I mentioned ball striking earlier. DJ's been the best ball striker in the world over the last 3 months. Viktor Hovland's been number 2, and he's coming off a top 5 at Riviera. He's got 5 top 10 finishes in his last 6 events, and he's playing, big boy events. He's playing Riviera. He's playing Torrey Pines, the Farmers Insurance Open. So I really like Viktor Hovland. I don't think that sort of the betting market has caught up with kind of where his talent level is at. We talk about Hovland and Morikawa and Matthew Wolff all the time, and we sort of we make them all equal, right? We say, oh, well, they're kind of all the same. That's not true right now. Hovland's been way better than those guys over the last 2, 3, 4 months, and I think he's one of the 5, 6, 7 best players in this field this week.
A WGC win, it's a massive feather in any cap. What if we're looking further down the board here, maybe a value pick? Is there a guy sporting longer odds that you got your eye on this week?
Yeah, the guy I think that can really hang with some of the better ball strikers in this field is Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler's coming in 2 straight top 20s after a couple of kind of bad missed cuts to start off or to end and start off 2021. He finished top 20 at the Phoenix Open, kind of contended to win there for a little bit, and then finished top 20 at Riviera as well. He's somebody who he might not blow you away with the short game. He might not have a great putting week, but I think from a ball striking perspective in a WGC event, he's still being a little bit undervalued. I think he's a top 20 ball striker in this field, and therefore a pretty decent play to finish in like the top 20 or top 10. But I don't think he's being kind of valued at that level quite yet.
So a value play there. Beware of the back foot slip, Scotty Scheffler. Might make you dizzy watching it.
All right, as we mentioned, world #1 Dustin Johnson is the favorite to win this event. Kyle, who do you trust the most to navigate concession and win the WGC Workday Championship?
Well, there's so many guys. You look over the last 4 years, there's only been 2 players that were not or that are not major champions to win stroke play WGC events, and that was Hideki Matsuyama and Xander Schauffele. So those are also big names. Everybody else that's won a WGC event over the last 4 years is a major winner. So we get huge names and big superstars that win these events. And I'm actually going to go with a guy who hasn't yet won a major, and that's Jon Rahm. He eventually will win a major. He hasn't done so yet, but he's coming off a 66 at Riviera last week to end his week there, to finish, again, T5 alongside Victor Hovland. I mentioned it earlier, Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson. It's a big ballpark. It's a big track. It's a place where you got to be really good on the par 5s. All of those things Jon Rahm is good at. But I think the thing that I'm most intrigued by is this is a Jack Nicklaus design. The other kind of famous place that he designed, or one of the others, is Muirfield Village, the Memorial, where the Memorial is played. And that's a tournament that Jon Rahm won just last year, and he kind of won it big. So I think when you kind of factor all that in, I really like Jon Rahm to win the first WGC event of 2020.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.